Yeah, I believe you can see my screen, right?
Yes, I can.
Is it really clear?
Yes, you can zoom out a bit.
That zooming out is not the issue like that, because I try to extract some stuff out of the document I want to send to you, to the students. So the as you can see, you will see Gemini. I use AI to extract the stuff, and I don't think I can actually zoom from this side. I don't think I can actually zoom for this zoom it from this side. So basically speaking, Ican is just a test of what they have been teaching us from the skill to the professional. Let me even say from foundation to professional. So there is no more and there is more in the case study rather. There is no more and there is more in case study. Honestly speaking, once you can guideline, you are good to go. Once you can write reports, case study is majorly on report writing. It's majorly on report writing. Once you can write reports, you can do your ratio analysis. From the after ratio analysis, you can analyze the data. You can explain. You can write analysis you have done. You are actually good to go. You are actually good to go. So case study basically is on report writing, and then it's as if you are tackling a real case, a real case scenario, a real case scenario. They can set question on merger and acquisition. Okay, company A want to acquire company B, and then we now want you to check the financial status of company B. Maybe it is actually viable. It is good for the company A to actually acquire it or to merge with it. So with that, you will be needing financial data to do the analysis to know maybe this company B is actually a little bit viable or it is not viable, and they can ask you to use to do the business analysis. SWOT analysis we have learned all these SWOT analysis, uh, BCG, all those stuff. They can actually included it or inculcate it in that case study question, that you will now be the one to use your reasoning to, okay, let me use SWOT analysis to analyze, to do this business analysis, to analyze this particular data. But majorly, most of the question they have always been set in all this, right? There is no how there will not be financial analysis in it. And when we are talking about financial analysis, we all know what it is. It is just you preparing your ratio analysis, your trend analysis, and then try to use that trend analysis and ratio analysis to tell us what is happening to the particular company. Are we together?
Yes. Yeah.
So now from the basic knowledge we've had as touching the financial analysis, we know that we know profitability ratio. We know we have profitability ratio, we have liquidity ratio, we have gearing
Very.
ratio, all those stuff like that. We will need to compile it together. We need to use that knowledge in analyzing the data. So let us just try to read what is written here. What ICANN case study is all about. Case study simply means the study of a case. Since a case can be referred to as an issue or problem, it means the case study can also be referred as a study of a problem. For the purpose of ICANN examination, case study means the study of an entity or a company's problem. Put in another way, the study of an entity or a company situation. That is what case study is all about. Okay, this company is having an issue, their profit is declining, they are not doing well. Okay, now they shall put the word together like that. They have now employed you as an analyst or as a chartered accountant to come and diagnose the problem they are having and to provide solution. And we must bear in mind that when we study a problem, the reason why we are studying a problem is for us to be able to provide solutions to that particular problem. So in case study, they are expecting you to identify the problem, and not only identifying the problem, they are also expecting you to provide solution to that particular problem, to that particular problem. So now let us continue the for you as a student, all you need to do is to identify the problem and provide solutions. That is carrying out findings on what the problem or the situation are. Provide conclusion on your findings and provide recommendation based on your opinion on what you think the company should do. Please note that in carrying out your findings, business strengths or whatever that gives the company an edge must also be identified. Any candidate sitting for Ican case study examination that want to do justice to the above is expected to possess two major skills. So what are the skills that a student, an Ican student preparing to write case study or that is about to write case study, what are those skills? That the two major skills that must be possessed. The first is report writing skills. I think I said it the other time that we
Yes.
need to report. Case study is all about report writing, writing report, writing. You will write the the 4 hours. You will not even be enough. You will write. But honestly speaking, case study is sweet. Once you know what to write, actually, once you know what to write, it's very sweet. Once you know what to write, but if you don't know what to write, it will actually be very difficult. But honestly speaking, if what you can do is what you can do is just to do your financial analysis and write on that financial analysis, honestly, someone is good to go at least to some extent. Okay, that person need report writing skills and analytical skills. This requires you to be able to carry out the following analysis. One, financial statement analysis, ratio analysis, common size analysis, trade analysis, working capital analysis. I believe we are all familiar with this. Ratio analysis, we are familiar with it. Common size analysis, trend analysis, we should be familiar with it as well. Comparing the figure of last year with this year, like old minus new old divided by old here. Meanwhile, while writing this examination or writing the case study examination, it is not really advisable for someone to sit on the calculation for so long because there is actually a grade. There is how they grade the what's it called the solution. I don't have the question with me. You will see that they will tell you that the calculation you are going to do may just be 10 mark. The calculation may be 10 mark. The cover page, I think cover page is 10 mark. If you can prepare your cover page very well, I think it is 10 mark, maybe 10 or 5 mark. Then professional skepticism, I think it is 5 or 10 mark as well. So if someone is now focusing on calculation, you want to calculate all the ratio analysis, that person, even if you calculate it from today to tomorrow, it will not still exceed the numbers of marks that has been allotted to that. So most of the time when writing in mind that it is not about calculation. If it is just two ratio, let's say that they don't actually specify the kind of ratio you should calculate. At times they can just say that you should just analyze the data. If they say we should do that, we all know that we should be able to prepare ratio of profitability, ratio on liquidity, ratio on investors ratio and the rest like that. Meanwhile, we may know different kind of ratio on our head, but there are some specific ratios that must be calculated that can actually be used to do the analysis. Coming back to the trend analysis, some people they will sit on trend analysis, they will use 1 hour on calculating the trend analysis. Meanwhile, even if they use the whole hour to calculate trend analysis, the mark they will still give to you, the maximum mark they can give is actually 10 marks. So it's not really an ideal to actually waste your time on the calculation. You may not be able to do all the trend analysis. Once you can calculate the what's it called? I've forgotten the name they call it now. The revenue, the growth in revenue, growth in revenue, and some other important trend analysis. If you just three, just do two, maybe like 2 or 3 on profit, the revenue, the gross profit, the expenses, so that you'll be able to write something or say something like linking it in your report writing. Then that of ratio analysis, some important ratio in profitability. We have gross profit margin. The first thing is growth in revenue. It must be included. Growth in revenue, then the gross profit, then the net profit. After that, you can move to another ratio. The key ratio, just pick two key ratio. We have ROCE. Is it not the efficiency ratio? Yeah, efficiency. We have ROCE, return on capital employed. Someone, even if it is that if that is the only thing you can actually pick, just calculate the ratio, move to liquidity ratio, current ratio, asset tech ratio, leave that, go to another ratio, Gini ratio. It is not a must that we calculate all the ratio that are actually in that category. Now, we have financial analysis, we should be able to do that. Then we have business analysis, that's environmental analysis, strategic and operational analysis using appropriate model. This is where the knowledge of CSME, unfortunately, they have scrapped it. But I was trying to check the SFM the other time. I noticed that most of the thing that was actually inside the CSME, they have merged it with SFM. So all those Boston, Ican, mathematics, all those SWOT analysis, all those pastel. I think that way, I'm forgetting this thing already. So all those stuff will actually be required. Meanwhile, you should know the one that is actually relevant to the case you are actually analyzing. You should know the one that is relevant to it. At times, they may specify that, okay, use so model to do this business analysis. And at times, they may not specify. Now, in a situation whereby you see that they are talking about the strength, they are talking about the weakness, they are talking about the threats, we already know, even they may not come straight like that. They may not come straight, but in the process of reading the precinct, okay, I believe you know that, but if you don't know, let me just say it. Ican case study is divided into two. We have pre-seen and we have unseen. Pre-seen will be
I
given
don't
to
know.
you. You don't know.
I don't know that. Oh. I'm just hearing it now. Yes.
Are you joking?
I'm
All right.
serious. So I know that I know
All
I've
right. All
heard
right.
something like pre-seen, but I don't really, so you can explain.
Okay. Okay. Now, Ican case study is divided into two. We have pre-seen and we have unseen. Pre-seen will be given to you 8 days before the re-examination. So they will give you the pre-seen. Now, the reason why they give you the pre-seen is for you to go and read it, digest it, work on it, calculate it, do whatever you can do on it, do your findings, do your research on that particular precinct. But for the fact that they have given you precinct does not simply mean that is everything they are going to give to you in the exam. No. As a matter of fact, that is the shock I can use to give to everybody, like candidate every diet. I'm very sure now, very soon, this particular, because I want to upload this video, I don't want to say their name. This particular tutorial center you are joining, once they release the precinct, they will start telling people that okay, they want to do the analysis of the precinct and suggested unseen. Are you with me now? So that the unseen will be given to you on the day of examination. They will give it to you on the day of examination. Why precinct? It will have been given. Meanwhile, it's not that you are going to bring the precinct into the examination hall. No, they will post it on the Ican portal. Then you will go there. You will download it. If you want to print it, you will print it. You will do your analysis. You will do your findings at home. But on the days of exam, they will give you the precinct and they will give you the unseen. Are we together now? So
Yes.
now,
So I
because
have a question. Can I ask a question?
okay, I'm with you.
So will the pre-seen given 8 days before the exam still be the same as the pre-seen in the exam
Yes,
hall
now it is the same
on the day
thing,
of the
exact thing, exact word for word. It's just the same thing they have given to you 8 days before examination. Let's say your
So
examination is
what's the essence?
the essence is for you to have the glimpse of what they are going to ask, to have a glimpse of what the likely thing they may actually ask you. Just work on it. But most of the time, the requirement now is like the question. The requirement they are going to give to you may not come from the precinct. it will definitely come from unseen. Okay, let me chip in this.
I see.
They normally call something exhibit. Exhibit one, exhibit two. They are just like a maybe okay, you want to go and okay, don't let me run don't let me run ahead of myself. Just let us continue systematically and see how we can actually tie it up and how we can get it.
All
So
right.
unseen will be given to you on the day. Present and unseen will be given to you on the day of examination. Then you can actually start your work. So I was talking about this about the fact that we should be able to use right business model to do our business analysis. Right business model. If they are talking about anything that relates to um, all this pastel, pastel is divided into two. There are some model we can use to analyze internally, that we can use internally, and there are some that we can use to analyze externally. Like strength now, we have SWOT analysis, strength, weakness, strength is internal. Whereas strength, what are those things? Is dealing with external. I believe you understand what I'm saying now.
Yes, yes, I'm with you. I get that.
So now we also have pastel like that. So should be able to use right model, and it may not even be pastel. It may not because they have already know that most of us we are aware of pastel. We are aware of SWOT analysis. They may bring any other model. They may bring any other model, asking you to use that model to do your business analysis. So they normally say that they normally their question is in form of requirements. They may have requirement one, requirement two, requirement three, requirement four, and it will just be two requirements: requirement one, requirement two. So as time goes on, we will understand more about that. So now, how to write a good report? How to write a good report? To write a good report, candidate must understand various type of business reports and use the appropriate style and language. Internal versus external reports. So we have internal reports, we have external reports. Internal report addressed to the person within the organization. Internal reports addressed to person. Once we are writing a report that is being addressed to a person within an organization, board member or supervisor, in form of a memo format, it is what? It is an internal report. That's another thing we need to watch for when we are reading our presim. In your presim, you will have known, oh, this is an internal report. They will have told you, like the way they will structure, you will have known that, oh, this is an internal report. You are reporting, they will say that, okay, you are reporting to the board of director, you are reporting to maybe your manager, to your superior, whatever like that. It is an internal report and we use the memo format. Then we have an external report. It is addressed to an external party, client, such as MD or CFO. Use a letter format. Now, let me say something as touching this internal report. When a company employs the service of a chartered accountant or of a firm, we write an external report. Are we together?
Hmm. Yes.
So when let's say that they said that in your what's it called, in your exhibit or in your precinct, you are saying that you are Chuku Aluka, an audit training in so chartered accountant, in so clinic and co-chartered accountant. So once you are seeing something like that, maybe a particular company acquire now or employ the service of a chartered accountant or of a firm, they are talking about an external report. You are to write an external report because that report is not to be consumed within the firm. They are to give it to their client. But when it is your boss, when you are expected to report to your boss in the place of work, report to your manager, director, report to the board member, you are doing what? You are writing an internal report. You are writing an internal report. We are asked to use a letter format. External report must include a relevant disclaimer on the title page. Now, when we are writing an external report, we must include a disclaimer on the title page. So don't worry, as we proceed, we understand the more what we mean by title page. They are just trying to. I think I've said it the other time. Sef. I said that I can the way they mark case study, maybe 10 mark we go for your title page. That they call it title page or cover page. That is your page one. I don't know, maybe you are getting me.
Yes, that's more like the introductory page, right?
Yes, that is your page one. That is your page
Okay.
introductory. That is your page one. Introductory. It's not even like introductory. It's just
I said,
like what do you say?
I can hear you. I said I thought it's synonymous to an introductory page.
An introduction to the report. Yeah, let us agree with that because it is breaking. The network is breaking at your side there. So we have title page, we have executive summary, then we have main report, etc. We will still come to that as time goes on. So on that your title page, if you are writing an external report, you must put a disclaimer. Meanwhile, you are not expected to write disclaimer, but there is a particular phrase, a particular sentence that will be included in that your title page that shows that you are putting a disclaimer. Are we together?
So yeah,
So
very
now
clear.
let us continue. When we get there, when we get to the example, we are going to get it more clearer. So type of analysis report. We have financial statement analysis, focus focuses on financial ratio to review profitability, liquidity, financial risk, and future potential. I've actually talked about this. So I've talked about this the other time. Now, when we are doing our financial analysis, we talk about ratio, and our ratio, we know that we have profitability, and they may not even give it to you like this. They may tell you that you write, you should, if you write, you can do ratio analysis very well. Not only calculating the ratio analysis, but to write a good report on that ratio analysis. Honestly speaking, case study, you're good to go. So we have financial data analysis. So financial data analysis, we are talking about types of analysis reports. We have financial statement analysis, we have financial data analysis. Various various cases you may need the knowledge of FM to actually merger and acquisition is a topic in SFM. You may have a like some sentence or paragraph in your exhibit that will require to do something relating to investment appraisal. You see that all those stuff they are PM related, FM related, SFM related. So we need to do financial data analysis at times, and then we have business analysis. Facilitated topic must clearly show SWOT, strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat. Tools, historical financial statements, meeting minutes meeting, chairman's report, and industrial data. Then we move to executive summary. Executive summary. So in Ican case study, executive summary should cover close to 20 to 30 marks, 20 or 25 marks. Prepare your executive summary effectively. That means from that executive summary, you should be able to get, even if you cannot get the whole 30 or 25 marks, you're able to get like 20 from there. An executive report is just like a summary. We all wrote our project, and then in our projects we wrote abstracts. Abstract is just talking, it's just like an overview, a summary of what our project work contains. That is what case study, executive summary case study actually represent. It's just just a summary of what is in your main report. So most of the time, what is in your executive summary is still the same thing as what will be in your main report. It's just that in executive summary, you are just giving a summary. It's not that you are now writing. Now, let's say that um, you have calculated your financial ratio, your ratio analysis, your profitability, your liquidity, and then you now want to report on the ratio. And just saying that, okay, profitability. The profitability of the company XYZ indicates that in what's it called? The profitability of the XYZ increase using using the indicator net profit and net profit margin, spending capital margin, whatever you calculated. But when you are writing main reports, you are expected to say, okay, the net profit margin of XYZ increased by so percentage. Reason being that you tell them the reason why the net profit increased, and if it decrease as well, tell them the decrease, tell them the reason. Then you move to what? You move to any other ratio you have calculated. I don't know, maybe you are getting what I'm trying to say.
Yes, it's clear.
So, but what I'm just trying to say is that in executive summary, you just pick some major points, and then the recommendation is that according to the Ican pack, the recommendation is that it should not be more than one. It's not 1.5 pages, but that 1.5 pages is even much. It's even too much. It should not be more than 1 page. It should not even be up to 1 page. Executive summary should not be up to 1 page. The way case study is being structured is that your title page is a full page, even if it is not, if it does not contain the whole full page. You are not expected to write anything together with your cover page or title page. If when you start your title page now, from where you start to where you stop, it's just half page. You leave it like that. You are not expected to write anything together with your title page. Then after you are done with your title page, the next page must be your what? Must be your executive summary. And in executive summary, you will have introduction. You are not going to write introduction. You are not going to write introduction. You are not going to write body. You are not going to write findings and recommendations. You are not going to write like that. You are just going to follow that guideline that after introduction, in executive summary now, after introduction, you are to write your what? You are to write um your what's it called? Your findings. After your findings, your recommendation. But it's not that you are going to state it that findings, recommendation, introduction. No, that's not what they are saying. I don't know if you are getting me.
Yes,
All right.
it's clear.
All right, sir. All right, sir. So, executive summary, I think I've explained what is executive summary. Don't worry, as time goes on, we will understand better. Okay, key guidelines. What are the key guidelines in writing a good executive summary? What are the key guidelines? Stand alone. It should be understandable without referring to the main point. It should be, you know that another reason why we write executive summary is because you are writing to the board of director, you are writing to the manager director, chief financial officer, and these people they don't have time. They don't have time to go through your main report that contains maybe 5 or 50 pages. They don't have that time. They don't have that time. So they are actually looking for something that they can read, and once they just take a glance at it, they will understand the whole thing that the report contains. That's the reason why our executive summary, even the examiner that want to mark your scripts, if the examiner actually see your executive summary, compare you, that person will actually be like, oh, this student is a good student. Understand what he or she is actually doing. So our executive summary must be understandable without referring to the main report. Length maximum of 1 or 2 pages. You know, I said it the other time that it is maximum of 1 or 2 pages. Even that 2 pages is too much. That 2 pages is too much. The executive summary should not be up to, it should not be maximum 1 page. maximum 1 page. Maximum 1 page. If you now say that, wow, you want to do, at least you want to tell them that you know what you are doing, or you study book, at least 1.5 page, but it should not be more than 1 page. Even if you can do it that it's not up to 1 page, say do it. Executive summary should not. It's just a summary. We all wrote our project. Now we know that our abstract is not a full page. It's just maybe a half page.
Yes.
So our executive summary. Oh, this one is disturbing me. All right. Thank you. So we have tone. It must be formal. Avoid first person pronoun I, we, are. So note that it must be formal. It must be formal. We must avoid those pronouns I, we, are. Content. Explain the purpose, key findings, conclusion, and recommendation. And I said the other time, your introduction. Your introduction is going to explain the purpose. Okay, Chuku, big, let me say, blessed professional and co-chartered accountant. No, no. Let's say blessed construction. No, why would I be doing construction company? What can we use? Give me a business name. Let's say blessed food limited. Employ the service of blessed professional institute to carry out so. So what they ask you to come and carry out, that is your requirement. I get it now. To do the findings on this so, and then you will tell them what they want you to do. The people that are employing you, the name of your own firm, then what they want you to come and do. Then that is your introduction. Then you move to what? You move to your findings, your key findings. Then you move to your what? To your conclusion. Then you move to your recommendation. Then you close that. You are going to sign. Yes, there is a place for signing. That's what I forgot while I was writing my case study. As when I put my case study, maybe I would have gotten 70 something or 80 something, but I forgot. I did not put the signature and I did not put the and it paid me. So okay, let's continue. We have structure of Ican case study report. We have title page, includes to report. This one, it actually scatter. It's scatter. This is not how it's supposed to be. It's scatter. That's scattered. Yeah. Okay. To report on, prepared by date, executive summary. So the first thing is our title page. Don't forget. Structure of an Ican case study. I said the other time that your title page, that's the first thing. Followed by what? Followed by executive summary. That is a conscious discussion of the whole report. Followed by C, introduction. Now, after you've written your executive summary, you move to the main report straight. But you are not going to write on the top of it that executive summary. You are not going to write on top of it that title page, executive summary, main report. No, that's not what they are expecting us to do. They are not expecting us to do that. Your title page, you will just write it like that. You will not write title. You know that this is title page. Then you move to executive summary. I'm not writing executive summary at the top, but within you know that this is an executive summary. Then after that, you move to your introduction. Now, introduction means you are starting your main report. You already started your main report. And don't forget, summary. You just elaborate it in your main report. Then you just follow the same pattern that has been done for executive. But this time around, in main report now, you are now telling them, you are giving them a concise information, you are giving them an elaborate information, you are giving them everything you have known that is related to the case you are actually handling. Then we move to what? After the introduction, we have body of report. We don't write body of report too. Okay, we have statement of task, aim, objective. Now, note that stuff. I've already said it the other time. When you want to write your introduction, statement of task, the person that employs you, the statement, the task they have given to you to come and do. Then you move to what? Body of the report. That is when you are now going to download, you tell them everything you've known. Then after you've written the body of the report, then your outcome. What are your findings? Outcome of analysis and findings. What are your findings? With appropriate heading. Then you move to your conclusion. specific and organized findings. Then you move to your recommendation. Are you getting me at all?
Yes, I'm with you.
Let us say that after we have done our analysis, we discover that the company they asked us to come and investigate, they have they have they have actually been engaging in fraud, or they are not keeping findings. Then what is the recommendation to combat that findings? That is what you should think of. Okay, let's say that they have not been taking appropriate record, they don't have proper stock taking. Then what is the recommendation? Recommendation means that they should put a system in place so as to make sure that the proper record of stock is being taken, or the proper record of inventory is being taken. Let's say their profit is declining. Then we have done our findings. What is responsible for the declining of these profits? After we've got maybe people are siphoning money, or they have increased their expenses, we must make sure that we make a recommendation. Then we do our conclusion. Then the next thing after our conclusion is now our appendix. Don't forget I said the other time that your appendix, okay, now your appendix can contain your calculation, tables, and cumbersome data. That is where your appendix will go to. So don't waste your time on appendices or whatever. Don't waste your time on appendices. It's good. Do your data, because that is what you are going to use to do your analysis, especially financial analysis and then financial data analysis. But it should not be down, it should not waste your time, because I can bet it with you, if care is not taken, honestly, or 2 hours, you are still reading the question. You are still reading the question. 1 hour, 2 hours. Yeah, you are still reading the question now, because you see the
Out
and
of
that's another
4 hours.
thing now. This is the strategy. This is the particular strategy. The pre-scene they will be given to you. Let's say it is like 10 pages. You will have read it at all. You will have digested it. You have studied it. So as they are giving you the question paper like this, you will just flip through the what's it called, pre-scene. You will go to the unseen straight away. And after you get into the unseen, what are you looking for? The first thing you are looking for is the requirement. What are they expecting me to do? Then I haven't got this data. During my own the exam I wrote, then the case study I wrote, when I got the yeah, I even paid for I even did a paid class. All these people that they said they want their card, they want to do a suggested unseen like that. I did I did it. Many people did it and it's nice like that. I don't say anything because I'm on here. So when we got to the exam, after opening the after opening the unseen, I can shock everybody. It was not what they even brought was not even correlating at all with the what's it called on present they are giving to us. Yeah, there are some element of correlation. Understand the unseen. You'll be thinking the present was not actually correlating at all. So the way they even now scatter the data, they scatter the financial data. But because by the help of God, I already know that they will shall bring ratio analysis. So I just look into how can I. They were asking us to the way they shall scatter the data. We were just laughing. But if you actually just calm down, look into it, okay, how can I bring out ratio analysis from this question? Then do your little calculation, then go to your report. Even if you cannot, even if before you even do that, as a matter of fact, you need to go and do your title page. After you are done with your reading of unseen, go and do your title page. Title page, you don't need anything. You only need the exhibit. It is the exhibit you need to prepare the title page. And after you've got no, not exhibit, your requirements. After you've gotten your requirements, write your title page. Then start the introduction part of the executive summary. Then put some things together, put some data together, do some little financial analysis, write your data. Meanwhile, another thing, they call something professional skepticism. Professional skepticism. Okay, this is even it. I've even gotten there.
I have a question,
Yeah,
please.
professional skepticism. Okay,
Yeah, so I said you were talking about
I'm with you.
exhibits. You mentioned exhibits in your words. So I just want to know what's that exhibit again? You probably can explain better. My second question is,
Exhibit is just like,
when you were
okay,
talking about, can you still hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, when you were talking about the structure of the case study, you said after the body of the reports that which one is supposed to come in next? What's next? Is it recommendation or conclusion?
Recommendation after recommendation conclusion.
Okay, okay, okay. I just wanted to be sure of that order. All right, thank you. What about the
Yeah,
exhibits?
I will still
Wait,
send this. Yeah, I'm coming. I will still send this document. I will still send the document to you. You can actually go through it. So exhibit is
all right,
just like, okay, let's say it's just like a mail. It will be like they can say that, okay, oh, um the people that employ you, your clients, they send a mail. They send a particular mail today. They send another one tomorrow that contains some information. Those are the exhibits. Do you
okay.
get like that?
Yes, yes,
Those
it's clear
information they
now.
have sent to you, they will now divide it. They can say exhibit one, exhibit two,
I get that.
exhibit six, exhibit seven, and so on and so forth. They are just like pieces of information that has been sent to you, in which you are going to use to do your findings, to do your to do whatever you want to do. So they call it exhibits. Now
Okay,
we move to professional skepticism. This is another area that I think maybe is not 5 or 10 marks as well that is being attached to it. But you are all these things, you are not going to write it in your report that this is professional skepticism. You are not going to write it there. It is from your words, from what you are writing, that they will already know that this guy is talking about professional skepticism. And what is the meaning of professional skepticism? Is an attitude that includes questioning mind and critical assessment of evidence. Do not accept evidence. Do not accept evidence at face value. Now, it is an attitude that includes a questioning mind. When I was preparing then, one of the professional skepticism that I have in my mind is on audited financial statements. When they give you all the exhibits, all the question, and you read through, and you could not find in the what in those statements that this financial statement is what this financial statement has been audited. That means we cannot ascertain the authenticity of that particular financial statement. Is a professional step is an issue on its own, and that's one of the reasons why we cannot really tell them that they should rely on that report we are writing, because the financial statement has not been audited, and the financial statement that has not been audited, a lot of things may be embedded in it. So that's one of the financial skills. That's one of the professional skepticism. Me, I have that one in mind, and as I was writing, I make sure that when it goes to that, um, I shall make sure that I put it in my report that this financial statement has not been audited. Therefore, it cannot be relied on. So, as we move further, maybe next class we should be able to maybe solve a question, and then we will see how it will look like. So, who prepared the information? Is there bias? What is the degree of accuracy? Assumption realistic? Those are the questions we must keep on asking ourselves as we are reading the data. So if you notice that this question has a no answer, you should be able to state it. Then we have professional judgment. The application of relevant training, knowledge, and experience within the context of auditing and ethical standard to make informed decisions. So we must be able to make a professional judgment. All right. Let me okay. Are we still together?
yes, we are.
I will actually send this
All
so
right.
that
So while you are doing what you are doing, I just wanted to say something. So one thing I noticed from what you've taught now is this stuff is even connected to auditing again. You know, in auditing, there is
connected to
one
what?
skill that is expected of an auditing.
Yes, yes, yes,
So you know there is a skill that is expected of an auditor, and it is this professional skepticism. So the
yes,
auditor should always have this doubting or questioning mind whenever he or
exactly,
she is engaging an audit engagement.
exactly. That's
That,
every all these things they are connected to each other. They are connected to each other. They are connected. So now, um, I want us to report writing. Here are some important notes on report writing. Memo is only written when information is to be exchanged within an organization. I think we have said it the other time that if it is an internal report,
can you please zoom out a bit?
I'm Google trying to zoom out, oh, but it's not zooming out. Except I'm going to open it with Word. Okay,
No problem. If you can't
you need
zoom
to
out,
chill
there's no
then.
issue. Let's continue.
Just chill. What he actually wanted to do will take my time.
Please, can you
So
just go back to the file again? Use open with Microsoft Edge. It's going to
okay,
that one is going to have option for zooming. Open with open with Microsoft Edge. That one will give you an opportunity to be able to zoom.
okay.
Cancel that restore page and then zoom out and zoom in like that. Aha, this is better. Thank you.
Glory to God. So memo is only written when information is to be exchanged within an organization. We have talked the other time about internal and external reports, right? If you can
Yes,
remember.
yes,
So,
yes,
two, as a consultant representing a team, you cannot write a memo to report on the case affecting your client. Based on the based on the above information, ICANN past question on case study should not be written in a memo format. It is also important
hmm,
to note like nothing like external memo to communicate to parties that are external to an entity that is outside that you cannot present reports in a form of a memo. Therefore, to communicate to parties that are external to an entity that is outside that you are to present your reports in a form of a letter or semantic format. However, let us know this stage. However, it is technically known that a memo is used within an organization. Such organization, however, have divided memo into internal and external memo. While an internal memo is used within the boundaries of an organization, while an external memo is a type of memo used to send a message or note to other organizations outside of the business. In business, a memo is basically used for internal communication, while a letter is used for external communication. Do you see what they are trying to say now?
yes, yes.
Now, it is possible then for an organization to make an external memo a document used for its external interaction with other organization. You must have been asking yourself this question. Why is it the need for a report? Why is the need for a report? A report is needed when you need to report a case. In order to convince me that the investigation is factual, you need some evidence. A report is not something you imagine, like an essay. A report is the outcome of an investigation of a real life situation. It is expected to be relevant, accurate, concise, and correct. In business, the information provided in the report needs to be easy to find and written in such a way that the client can understand Sorry, I forgot to plug my phone. Sorry. All right. This is one reason why reports are divided into sections, clearly labeled with heading and subheading, depending on the nature of the type of the report. Technical information and relevant calculation, which will cluster the body of the report and also serve as evidence, are placed in the appendix. We have talked about that. Now, see now, what is executive summary? We have talked about this one, but let me just try to read it. An executive summary is a short written that summarizes the main document in a few words without omitting the main points. The reader can have an overview of the whole document in a brief without going through the whole of it. It should be noted that there is a slight difference between an abstract and an executive summary. They are both summaries. However, an abstract is a preview of an academic document, while the executive summary is a preview of document for business purpose. The executive summary should explain why the writer wrote the report and emphasize on the findings, conclusion, and recommendation. Findings, conclusion, and recommendation. The executive summary should answer the reader's question in brief. Although the executive summary is always at the beginning of the report, it is normally written last when you are starting about the content of the report. The executive summary usually has 3 sections. See now, the executive summary always has 3 sections: introduction, main, and conclusion. Introduction. The introduction explains what the report is about, including what action needs to be taken. It does not need to be more than 1 or 2 sentences. Main body. The main body outlines the key findings, conclusion, and recommendation from the report. That is where you are going to put your main body. Meanwhile, hints to sneak in your professional skepticism. Just know how to coin it so as to make sure that you include professional skepticism in that main body. Then we have conclusion. The conclusion is an outline. The conclusion outlines the action needed for the recipient of the report. Bullet points are a useful form of highlighting these points. 2 questions to be addressed. Who is the intended audience of my executive summary? Which of the content of the report that I am summarizing do they really need? So that's one. You can actually read that one on your own. So challenges of executive summary, you can read this one as well because of our time. So this is the format for title page. Now, you know I said the other time that we have title page followed by the executive summary and then introduction.
Yes.
Now, don't forget title page, executive summary. There are 3 major things that must be included: your introduction, the main body,
and
then the conclusion. Then after you are done with that, you move to another page. Now, this is another thing. Now, let's say the first page, we are not using video. I will have shown you something. Let's say the first page like this, the first page, you need to write your title page. The next page, let's say your title page is half page. You don't continue executive summary. Don't say that immediately you finish your title page, you continue executive summary. That's not it. Are you with me at all?
Yes. So it's going to be a fresh page for each section, right?
Exactly. A fresh page. Okay. Now, after you are done with your executive summary again, even if it remains some space, you don't continue introduction from there again, and you are not going to write introduction on top.
Okay.
Do you get?
Okay, so that means for each section. Sorry, I have to cut you off along the line. So that means for each section,
I'm with you.
We don't have to put in the things like maybe title page at the top of it before we commence.
You are not going to write title.
You just go straight to the point. Fill in what you.
Just go straight to the point. This is it now. This is the title page. Let's say your title page finish here. Are you with me? Hello?
I'm with you. But your emoji and those call icon are blocking what you are showing to the screen. But
Yes,
I get your
I block
explanation.
my
It's
face. I
clear.
use the paper to block my face. You cannot see me, right?
Yes. I get your explanation. You can just continue.
Okay, okay. Please let us know. Let us know that. Please let us know that. All right. So now, so after the executive summary, we move to introduction. Introduction. This contain this contain the name of the report writer, as well as the date of the assignment was given, and should also include a statement indicating the task you are required to perform, the explanation of the reason and justification for the analysis, together with the focus of your report, the aim and the objective. You and that one will be in your introduction. Now, I was saying the other time that in your executive summary, you are going to write such introduction as well
Yes.
that will contain
Yes.
the objective, the people head. But it will just be short, short, short. But in your introduction now, in your main body, this is the main report now. You are now going to explain them in total. In total.
Mm.
So now, after then move to the body of the report, this is the result of the outcome of the analysis. The body of the report just contains the report, what you have analyzed, what you have seen so far, what the meaning of your the meaning of the outcome of your profitability ratio, meaning of the outcome of your liquidity ratio. I believe you still remember the all these findings, how we use the ratio
Yes.
analysis to communicate ahead. For instance, for example, now let's say when you calculate your liquidity ratio, that means the company is liquid. Let's say it shows 4:1.
Mm-hmm.
That means the company is liquid. Their current asset can pay their current liability how many times? 4 times.
Four
So
times.
you will explain and what are the reasons? Why can that be? You will tell them, okay, maybe because their current asset, their inventory is this, their what's it called, their cash is this, and the likes like that. We should also make sure that you explain, tell them the reason why it is like that. Let's say in profitability ratio now, you calculate your net profit ratio, margin, and you know that net profit margin. I think when it is below, when it is below, I forgot, when it is below 50, is not the company is not really profitable. So you shall make sure that you tell them. And then let us not say that you are comparing one company with another.
Yeah.
Let's say they are thinking of investing in a particular company. So they brought to you three companies now. Are we together?
Yes. Yeah.
Now
I'm
they brought
following.
to you three companies. You did analysis for three companies. That means you'll be comparing their percentage with each other. Okay, the profitability ratio, the gross profit margin, or the profitability ratio now. You are talking about profitability ratio. Okay, the gross profit, net profit, return on asset, return on ROCE, return on capital employed of company A is actually so percentage respectively. You bring the company B also. Then you tell them the reason why company A is doing better than company B, and the reason why you think that company A will actually do better than company B in the next future. And let us say that it is industrial average. Maybe they give you the industrial average of the company. Then you are now comparing the ratio you have calculated with industrial average. Then you will tell them, okay, this one is below the industrial average, this one is higher than the industrial average. The reason why it is like that. Let us say that you are comparing what's it called between the year. They give you 3 years, year 2020, year 2021, year 2022. Then you are now telling them how the company actually performed in year 2021 compared to year 2022, compared to year 2023, and how you think they perform better in 2023 than in 2022 and 2021, or how you think they perform woefully in 2023 compared to 2022 compared to 2021. Then after you have not done all these things, you have explained everything in your body of the report. Don't forget, it is not. It depends on the requirement actually. It depends on the requirement. Meanwhile, let's say they still ask you to do something on merger and acquisition, you will still chip it
Mm.
in your body, in the body. Let us not the professional skepticism, you will still keep it in. Don't forget that professional skepticism. They will look for it. And once you don't say anything about professional skepticism, you have lost that mark. The mark allotted to it. Then after you're not done that everything, you will now tell them your what your findings. Okay, with all the reports you have done, let's say you are comparing 2 or 3 companies together, you tell them the okay, it is now found out that company A is actually performing better. Company A will be able to meet up. Let's say when you do your liquidity ratio analysis, you see that company A is going to be able to pay their debt in compared to company B. Then you will tell them. I don't know, maybe you are getting me at all.
Yes, I'm following you. It's really clear.
All right. So we have conclusion. Basically, this section should contain the conclusion of your finding and it should be specific, concise, and organized. Recommendation. Basically, the section should contain the specific action you are suggesting or advising the management. So you are telling them what they should do now. That in your recommendation. Let us say the company has been maybe they bring you 3 years. They ask you to you have done analysis for 3 years and you have now seen that in 2025, let's say in 2020, my own set now, it was they were talking about major like in a summary, they are talking about the impact of COVID-19 on the company, how the company has been performing better, but in 2020, 2021, 2022, their profit started declining. But they did not put, they just said something on COVID-19. It was in the process of analyzing it, those stuff that I also gathered them, the one, the paid class, the likes, the everything. I will get to know that, oh, the effect of COVID-19 is what actually affected their profitability. Then what should they do? That is what we are saying in recommendation. What are the advice? Let's say they want to take over a particular company. They have presented to you 3 companies. And after you have done your analysis, you see that company though it is actually having higher percent, and that's another professional skepticism. When you see that your company's profitability just increased like that, before it was 20% in 2021, 21% 2022, 22% 2023, 21% 2024, 2025, it now increased to 80%. It calls for question. That should be part of your operational skepticism. You don't just believe that it just skyrocket like that. Their profit just skyrocket like that. You will tell them the reason why the profitability ratio actually increased like that. Meanwhile, you will still have a question in mind. What if they have doctored their revenue? What if they have doctored their profit? What if they have done this just to be able to show to the public that they are doing fine, whereas they are not doing fine? That is where professional skepticism now comes in. Then you will tell them, okay, we have done the findings, and if you want them to take over, okay, they can take over company B because it is viable. That is going to what? It's going to bring the return. It's going to bring higher return on the investment. And that is not only it. They can actually give you as well. They can give you some projects asking you to use payback period, asking you to use net present value, asking you to use IRR. You can bring anything bringable, but you should be able to know how to tackle it. So this is the format now. This is the format for title page. They call it title
Okay.
page or cover page. But don't forget, you don't write cover page on top. Candidate report is expected to be in accordance. So this is the format. This particular stuff is the format. Either cram, I know you are good at cramming actually. You are going to cram it. This is how it should look like. Anything that is not like this is actually losing of mark. You're actually losing your mark. I'm talking about title page now. Title page. So we have don't write cover page on top. Don't cram cover page. I know you can cram, but don't cram cover page.
Oh, bye, this man.
So we have to. Who are you reporting to? Now, they wrote board of director. It may not be board of director. It may be that the audit manager or senior manager give work to you, audit trainee. So in that case now, the person gave the work of a client to you and you are reporting to someone. So this place may not be board of director. It may be chief financial officer, it may be manager director, it may be audit manager, whatever name they want to give to it. Then report on. You see this report on is
Mm-hmm.
your exhibit. Report on what? What is that? What is the no, not exhibit, not exhibit. The what is it called? The requirements. Report on what is the requirement. The requirement can be analysis of financial ratio and appraising of projects or an investment appraiser of a project. So it depends on the requirement they have given to you. If the requirement they are giving to you is 4, you will summarize it. You should be able to know how to coin it.
Mm.
You should be able to know the word you can use that can make 5 sentences to become like one sentence without leaving anything behind. That's what we are going to put here. Report on analysis of financial ratio or analysis of financial data and appraising of merger and acquisition of Joseph Construction Limited. So that is on report on. Don't forget, this is the format. As a matter of fact, you'll be coming across in this professional level, you'll be doing more of reports, all the tax, uh, we will do a lot of report writing. Meanwhile,
Audits.
audit, yeah, audit, even SFM, you will do a lot of reports. Meanwhile, don't forget the report of case study. This is the format. It must be followed because for tax now, it will be to from
Mm.
and subject. If it is tax, now it will be to from subject date. But that is not applicable in case study. This is what is applicable in case study. To report on, prepared by who are you? So if it is an external report now, it will be name of your firm. If it's an external report, or your boss, department's name. If it's an internal report. Do you get me?
Yes, I do.
Now, then we have date. You can put the date in which you are writing your examination. The date of writing that examination, you can put it. Then we now have disclaimer. Note, this disclaimer must not be written. You will not write it. You will not write this disclaimer. You will not write the word disclaimer. Are you getting me?
Yes. So it's just going to be the
And
sentence only.
it just be the sentence. And then this line must be followed. This line, you see that it's on the same line. Not that you will now turn it to nothing form. You will not use nothing form. No, this line must be maintained. It must be maintained. So now, prepared by disclaimer. The word disclaimer will not be put. You will just say that this report, this one you will cram it new. You can cram, I know. This report is prepared for the board of director of ABC Limited and is intended for their use. We accept no liability for third party who may rely on the content without due authorization. It can also be this report is prepared for the board of director of ABC and is intended for their use. We accept no liability from third party who may rely on the content without prior notification or prior approval. So this is what we are going to put as a disclaimer, not the word disclaimer itself. Then you move to the executive summary, page 2. Don't forget, you are not going to write executive summary. You are not going to write
Yes.
executive summary, and it is in another page, on fresh page. Then after you're done with executive summary, you move to your what? Introduction. Step 4 to 10 lines will be appropriate. Then after you're done with your introduction, you move to your page 3. You still on the page 3. Immediate after page 3 to X, immediately after the introduction above, report on the requirement. Requirements 1, covering the body of the report, conclusion on the requirement. Requirement 1. Okay, now you are on this executive summary, you are reporting on requirement 1, working on requirement 1. So after you're done with requirement 1, This must be done with appropriate heading and subheading. That is for requirement one. You will write the requirement one. Don't okay, for example, now the other one we are talking about the other time. Report on financial analysis. That is our what? That is our heading. Then we start reporting. Then we bring our what? Our profitability. We bring our liquidity. We bring our investments. Are you with me now?
Yes, I am.
So everything we have calculated under profitability. Even as a matter of fact, you may even why explain the profitability if you have calculated your trend analysis as well. We will be bringing the report, the figure of trend analysis into it. You will see when we're actually analyzing a particular question like that. So though we have business analysis, I've explained here. We can also use life cycle. You can bring life cycle. We can use life cycle. We can use uh analytical tool. We can use forecasting, financial appraiser, break even, project appraiser. I've talked about all this. Investment
Yeah.
valuation appraiser, short term. Those are the those are the tools we can use to analyze our financial data or even business analysis. So we have professional skepticism. We've talked about this.
Yes.
Professional judgment. I've talked about this. So that is for the introduction to case study. That's all the introduction to case study. So what I'm going to do now is that I will send um okay, this is what you're going to do.
Mhm.
2020, 2020 what say? The case study question
Mhm.
for November 2024.
Okay.
Yeah, check it. Then now just write the title page.
Okay.
So let us see how it will go.
All
2024.
right.
Yeah. So all right.
And aside from
Any
that, I have a
questions, sir?
question. Yes, there is
Okay.
a question. I have a question. So, is it that all questions, all possible questions that might be asked will base on external reports and not internal reports? Because looking at
No.
the templates, because looking at the template you gave to me for the title page, already
Yes.
we can see from there that it's an external report, that template, because they use the word disclaimer like you explained earlier.
Yes.
So is it that all questions, all possible questions that might be asked will be requesting one to write reports that are external and not internal? Do you get my question? Can you still hear me? Hello, can you hear me? I can't hear you if you can still hear me.